Hey, Ashley here. I would like to talk a little bit about thoughts and how negative thoughts play into how we feel, because we really truly do feel what we think. So, thoughts aren't dangerous. Thoughts can never hurt us. And the more we think that way, the less effective and the less they're going to have a stronghold on us. Essentially, thoughts are just old memories and old neural circuits that are coming up and being replayed over and over again. And thoughts can vary from all different kinds of things. You could have thoughts come up from like your favorite song and you're just playing the lyrics over and over in your head, or that favorite scene from your comedy show that you enjoyed and it's replaying in your head. You could have the negative thoughts that create anxiety and fear come up because you're in that overstressed state and you're scanning the environment for what's going to happen next. And you're always in that protective mode. And so you're looking for the what ifs and the negative thoughts. And so the mind naturally is going to bring up thoughts that create fear and anxiety. And then you also have thoughts that are your inner tuition and what I would call divine thoughts that help guide you to the right thing. But ultimately, we control how we react and relate to thoughts. We can't control how often they come and when they come, but we can rewire thoughts in order to change our mindset and belief. Here are a few ways on how you can do this. The first way is to kind of think about the why behind the thought, especially with negative thoughts. So, for example, if I am rushing through the day, trying to get everything done as fast as possible, and really starting to feel stress and anxiety and some panic about meeting somebody or going to some event later that day, I can kind of question the why behind that. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking that I have to rush? Why am I thinking that it could be a bad thing? And once you question that, it's usually what's the fear behind it? Because there's always a fear behind a negative thought. And so in that situation, I would say, okay, I want to get there on time. That's why I'm rushing and trying to get done. Why do I want to get there on time? Because if I'm late, I might look bad, or somebody may be, unhappy with me and they may no longer want a relationship with me. Why would they be unhappy? Well, because they don't think they can trust me anymore. Maybe I won't be able to be their friend. Maybe I won't be wanted anymore. And see, it just keeps going. Eventually, you'll get down to the core fear. The core fear is usually the root of what causes a lot of the negative thoughts. For most people, that could be being alone, completely abandoned, lack of love, feeling like they're worthless, those sort of things. So, another thing you can do is don't allow the thought to come down and be in the spotlight. Don't give it attention. The more you give it attention, the more it will grow. So, try your best to be aware of the negative thought, allow it to pass through, then come back to the present moment. Focus on what you're doing in the here and now. And then another idea as far as negative thoughts is don't pair emotion and feeling to the negative thought. The more that you put emotion and feeling into the thought, the stronger it grows and the more it becomes like it's a reality. So try to see it in a neutral way without the emotion. And not to be confusing, but it is important to feel emotion. So don't get me wrong. I want to make sure people understand that you have to feel emotions that come up for you and allow emotions to pass. But when you tie the thoughts and the story and the narrative to that emotion, and you keep thinking about who upset you, why they upset you, and you're feeling angry, and you keep replaying that and ruminating on it, then you're just feeding the negative emotion. You're creating more and more negative emotions instead of really processing the emotion that initially came up. Now, if you want to grow positive thoughts and grow a positive and joyful mindset and belief, then you do the opposite. So, when a positive thought pops up, you should bring it down into the spotlight. Try to ruminate on it. Try to think about the why behind it, the feeling behind it, and you should pair the emotion with it. This will actually grow the thought even bigger and it'll continue for you to experience the thought more and more. So then you will be experiencing more positive emotions and more positive thinking. So the goal is to relate to thoughts differently because, like I said, thoughts are going to come whether you like it or not. We can't control when and how thoughts come, but we can control how we relate to them. So when the negative thoughts come, ultimately, you see them in a neutral way and you don't allow them to affect you the same. You see it, allow it to pass by, come back to the present moment, and you're able to move on. And over time, you'll be able to grow the positive thinking, the positive mindsets, the hope, the joy, the happiness, the future um, excitement, and your mindset and beliefs will also follow and change as well.